Do you have a vacancy coming up here in the Chicago market here in 2026? Well, I want you to keep something in mind. It will take you upwards to 100 hours between the entire turnover process, showing it, screening, all that stuff. And I want to give you 6 tips today about pre-screening tenants prior to running out and showing potential applicants. So I'm Mark Ainley, partner, founder, GC Realty Development, also co-host of Chicago's #1 real estate investing podcast, Straight Up Chicago Investor. Check that out if you haven't yet. But today we're going to talk about a way to maybe shave a little time off the turnover process for you when you're pre-screening tenants that are potentially going to come out and check out your place. So these questions are important, and it's important to ask, whether it be these questions or your own set of questions, the same questions every single time to every single applicant. And in this day and age, maybe you should be using some sort of software that automates this when they click into Zillow, when they click through Trulia, to be able to answer these questions before you allow them to set up a showing. You can do it manually. You can get on the phone and ask these same 6 questions. But it's going to be important that you ask the same questions every single time to make sure that no one can ever accuse you of discrimination because maybe you ask one person a set of questions and then you ask a different person a different set of questions. Now, you might not even do it on purpose. Maybe you just forgot 2 questions one day. But you can still be held liable, and discrimination ends up being a guilty till proven innocent thing that you don't want to have to go through. So here's 6 things that prior to running out and showing a person, you want to make sure you're asking. So first and foremost, when are you looking to move? This seems really silly, but you do have people that, right now I'm recording this in January. We had somebody reach out yesterday like, yeah, I'm looking for a May 1st move-in. That doesn't work. I'm never going to waste my time showing you that. That's great if I could keep you on the list, and 2.5 months from now, I'll keep you updated on what we have available. But one thing that we want here at GC Realty is to make sure that you're able to see the place and sign a lease within 7 days of seeing it and moving in within, I think it's 14 or 30 days after that. So we want to make sure that we're showing only people that potentially have the ability to sign a lease for that. Number 2, monthly income. Now this one is something that someone called me up the other day on, they had questions about, but monthly income, what's your requirement for your portfolio? So for us at GC, we have a flexibility of anywhere between 2.5 to 3 times the rent based on their net income. So make sure when you are disclosing what your requirements are, you're specific on, are you looking for X amount of times rent, and is that of their net income or their gross income? So I always recommend go by net income because you could have gross income and be providing 40% of your check to your 401k, and that's not free flowing cash flow that will have the ability to pay rent. So recommendation there is to go with net income. So you're asking them what their income is. Now, when you run into whether it be Section 8 or someone that's got disability or even unemployment these days, you want to make sure that you're counting that towards the 3 times. It's not necessarily money they're making from an employer, it's how much income they have. And you want to make sure you don't get in trouble for discrimination against source of income. If you say, I had someone call me up the other day saying, can I count disability income towards the 3 times rent, 3 times income I'm looking for? I said, yes, you have to. Otherwise, you're discriminating against the government paying a portion of their rent. So make sure you ask them what their income is, just to that's an easy one, make sure that they qualify. And if that number's off, wherever, you can at least coach them through and say, hey, this is what we are looking for, and maybe you get a cosigner or whatever your process is. So number 3, how many people and how many pets? First and foremost, pets, if you're allowing them or not allowing them, that's a whole conversation itself, but right away you could figure out if they're the wrong fit if you're not accepting pets. Or maybe your building doesn't accept cats and you're only allowed dogs, or vice versa in your HOA. But how many people is important, because if you have a 2-bedroom and you got 6 people acquiring, maybe your HOA is going to not allow that. I know there's a lot of cities. There's a lot of cities like Hanover Park or Schaumburg or Streamwood. They all have occupancy rates. So I believe in Streamwood, for example, for a 2-bedroom, you can only have a combination of 4 adults and 4 children. So you want to make sure that you're not setting yourself up with multiple families or multiple generation that's moving into a unit that maybe the city's going to give you a hard time about. So 4, have you ever been evicted, right? I know that seems obvious, but people that have evictions are still out there looking, and if that goes against your criteria, you want to maybe ask that question. And maybe that eviction was 6 years ago, and maybe there's circumstances you could discuss with the applicant in advance about how you can handle it, or co-signers or whatnot, and maybe you can make that work. But ask that question. Number 5, you have application requirements, or you should. You should have this in writing. Again, back to the whole fair housing, and make sure if you have a set of standards you want from anyone applying, you're applying that to everyone. So if you have it in writing, you share that with everybody. And if someone's about to go see it, make sure you share that with them. Hey, you're going to be required to share this, this, and this, and I'm going to need this, this, and that, and it's going to cost this much in this in application fees. Before you run out there, if they have a problem with your $75 application fee, make sure you know that, because you just won't go out there then. So make sure that they reviewed your terms. Again, if it's electronically, they're just kind of checking off saying, I agree to these terms. If you're talking to them, maybe you text them over what it looks like and they agree to it, but make sure that they are following what you're looking for. And then last but not least, number 6, do they have funds for security deposit and first months ready to go? So this kind of ties into the when you're looking. Sometimes people are like, I'm looking now, but I can't move in, or I'm looking now, but I won't have funds for another 2 weeks. So make sure that it's very clear that your expectation is if you like this place, you're going to apply, and I'm going to expect you to sign a lease and put up at least whatever your policy is. You know, for us, I know we require at least the deposit. We require at least half at lease signing, and then the other half prior to moving in. So make sure whatever your requirements are, you're laying it out there, and they have the finances to back that up. So those are 6 things that you should be asking. You might have other things, other requirements that you want to add in there as well too. But no matter what, I guess if you're going to take anything away from this video, make sure you have some sort of system. How am I just taking a call running out there? Am I pre-screening people? I know landlords that not on purpose, they just ask different questions to different people, and they're going to get themselves in trouble. So make sure that you're doing this right. Make sure you're treating everyone fairly. And if you have any questions, we're always here to help you. Like I said, this can take you upwards of 100 hours to do between turning your unit over and screening and showing and all that stuff. And that's something that here at GC Realty we offer as well too. So if there's something we can help you with tenant placement, you know, our services are pretty affordable for the time you're going to get back, or full service property management. We'd love to talk to you. Otherwise, reach out anytime. I always happy to help any Chicagoland landlord, and we'll talk to you soon.